There, guys, we've got the Wiggle Wagon himself. I love it when my stuff refreshes and he's not there. There we go. There's the Wiggle Wagon. Bryce.
Hello.
Hello, hello, hello. Sorry, I gotta say, guys got another 2-0 win. You had a 2-0 win 2 days ago as well over YND. And
Yeah.
you know what? They tried the same magic. What do you think about that when they tried the same magic that you pull? Okay, like we've never played trade before. How do you prepare against that?
It was a bit of a rookie error from him, to be honest. But we'd never played them before. I actually liked playing against that team. They made it weird. Like on Dust 2, they were just
Yep, yep,
pushing like everything.
yeah. Because
It felt like
yep, you guys were down 6-2 at one stage. Like, how do you guys react to that? Is that a bit of a shell shock, or is it just like shit? Like, we've actually got to pull up our socks?
I think usually in ESEA Open we just don't think we can lose, and we just like never lose. Like no matter how far we're down.
Yeah.
Um, but it was definitely different.
Mhm.
Like I think we just had to focus a little bit. Like some of the games in EC Open, you can just kind of autopilot and not think too much, but it's kind of a bad habit regardless.
Mm-hmm.
But no, they were just pushing it. To be honest, it was just surprising. Like we'd like had no idea how they played on Dust 2, and we just fucking like this guy's like mulling upper, smoking upper, and just pushing through like in the first 5 seconds of every round. It's a bit. Usually you cannot watch it because it's a pretty bad play if someone's watching it. But if no one's watching it, it's it'll get you up 6-2 apparently.
Yep. Now, also with today's game in particular, and how do you guys feel that one played out in particular? Like, did it go to plan, like especially on Mirage, or was it just like, ooh, that one got a bit out of hand?
I guess it did. Well, did they ever have match point? If they had a match point, it got out of hand. Otherwise, we're chilling.
They did have one match point.
To be okay, then it probably you could argue it got a little out of hand. But nah, I think I don't even really know what happened that map. I don't know how they got it close. We have scrimmed them a couple of times on it. Yeah, I couldn't really say what happened there. To be honest, on that map, I'm lurking in mid, so I can't really see what happens on T side. Like if I send everyone into a stack, it's hard for me to tell where. And then on CT, I'm like jump spotting B ups, so I don't really. But I think our CT was pretty good. We lost an anti on T side, which was like I fucked up a post plant, and then yeah. But other than that, Nuke was pretty easy. I feel like whenever we pick a map against an EC Open team, it's just like 13-2. We just run the same thing over and over again. Yes. And they can't really stop it.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, they couldn't really stop your ramp aggression. Like, you guys hit ramp probably about 7-8 times on your T side in particular. Is that something you guys prepared before the game where you, know, like, from scrims which people are weak at what positions and just go bang, bang, bang?
Nah, sometimes I just pick, like, just one of our rounds, usually. And then we just keep on doing it until they stop it.
So you're telling me you got a roulette wheel and you spin it around like, this is nuke, A hit, B hit, ramp, and it's just ramp.
No, a lot of our rounds, like, they won't work unless they're, like, played against, like, Rooster or Semperfi, or, like, they can get really weird. But some of the rounds where it's, like, you're just doing something straight away, like, the other, it's harder for us to get disrupted because it's a bit hard. It's a lot harder playing against, like, sometimes it's harder to play the first stage of rounds against like teams which are more random or like the individuals just don't really care about playing percentage and may just let it rip. But I don't think that's what happened with Light on Mirage. I think the like Mirage CT is like decent. Like they play in like a layout. Like someone's called something from spawn and they just do it. So I think the Mirage CT is pretty good.
So you do think what player do you see from Light Esports and you'd be like, this guy's a threat? Like, this guy we've got to keep an eye on and just make sure he's just, kept in a box and just waved away.
I don't think it's on the EC Open team, but their Orpa Ryu just kept on killing me one scrim yesterday. So, like, if they play with him next season, that guy's annoying. He, like, killed me, like, 6 times in one half. So that wasn't cool. But yeah. No, I don't know about, I couldn't tell you too much, to be honest. But they're all, like, pretty good. I think they're all around the same level. But, like, their Orpa just only one game, so maybe that guy's the next goat.
Maybe Ryu is coming in. You never know.
Yeah, maybe he is.
I know he's quite a good AWP. He's played on a lot of teams in particular. Just never really broke out.
Yeah, fair.
Yep.
Yeah, not too sure.
Now with the fellas. So what's with the name change? Who came up with the name? And the other question is, do you keep your VRS points?
Okay. I wouldn't say it's like our official name. We kind of just made it. Like we realized we might have to play ESEA Open.
Yep.
So we just need to face a name, and it was just like someone just said like offhandedly like let's like make the name of fellas.
Yep.
But we don't have like an actual name yet, and yeah, we keep the VRS points. We weren't sure if we were gonna keep our points because there was like some like technical thing, but we keep our VRS points. But we're just playing ESEA Open still for like just so we play matches, because otherwise we're just gonna be playing scrims for like 4 months in a row. So we just wanted like some matches to play, even though like maybe we're not playing as the best teams. Like I saw like some of the ECL teams get injected, so we'll have like be able to play them later. But I think I'm not sure how many of them are playing. So I saw Manfreak forfeited, I think.
Yeah.
But
because Foggers told me that they're going to forfeit because he got asked around because I was going to cast thinking I was hoping casting Foggers tonight. But yeah. The other thing as well, like, you say like the ECL teams and like there's not many officials. Like, is officials like much different to scrims in like terms of playstyle in particular? Like, what's the difference? Is it more like serious, so like a lot of people more locked in and the adrenaline starts pumping, or is it something else in particular?
And so you're scrimming against?
Like the difference between scrimming and officials, basically, because you mentioned that you came in to play ESEA Open to do more official stuff.
Yeah, I think scrims are either like people are like trying to play properly, or they just try the most outrageous like risky stuff like every round, and it just depends on the team you're playing against. But in matches, I think you get a more realistic level of like risk taking, because in scrims it's either like 0 or like 100 when a team's tilted.
Yep.
And then in matches it's like a little bit more even, and especially against like these teams, like they just have to like they can't beat us playing normal, so they have to like try to do some weird stuff. So it's good practice to scrim against the teams which are like kind of like doing desperation plays and just making sure everyone's like aware of everything. Because it's very like, if we scrim Rooster for example, and we're both trying to play like properly all the time, but they like never push, and like we like don't push as much as them, it's like not as good as practice as like playing against like that team we played yesterday, they just push through everything. Like it's saying we wouldn't get punished for ever in a scrim, so it's good to learn from, I guess.
Do you feel like different style, like there are different styles in AU these days? Rooster like focusing on a lot of VP stuff. Is there any other different styles coming in through the ESO ranks, or even from the lower open teams, other than YND, of course, with the early pushes?
YND the goats. No, I think it's just like, I think like the two like actual teams are like Semperfire and Rooster, and then they both play like pretty opposite, not fully opposite. Like Semperfire like more balanced, but they like take more risks than like an average team at their level.
Yeah.
And then or they get more intuitive. And then Rooster full like they like play their system every round. But those are the most defined like play styles, I'd say, for sure. I don't know too much about the other teams. There's no like, I think all the other teams died and everyone's rebuilding now, so maybe everyone hasn't found how they want to play yet.
Yep. Actually, I was going to talk about that because obviously a lot of teams died, in particular, Mindfreak, they forfeited as well. There's obviously only one word breaking it out. Have you got any, this is what you call roster leaking, okay? Have you got any hints or anything like that where you think players may go or anything like that? Because there's a lot of players on the market.
I think, I don't know, I think it's like kind of the same as always. I think you could make like another fourth good team if you put all the best players together, but so it's hard to tell like which 4 players are like the best 4 players, I'd say. But yeah, there's also like players who aren't on teams, which I think could be like really good, like if they were given a chance. So yeah, there's this one guy on Facebook called Tidy. Tidy's a goat.
Yep. How much should Tidy pay for you to say that?
No, Tidy's just crazy, bro. Like we pug against him, and he just goes like 17-0, and then we play him again, and he owns us again. And then eventually we had to start sweating. We had to queue of 4 people to take him down. But Tidy's good on Mirage.
Okay.
We'll give him that.
So as long as you ban Mirage, Tidy's just, he just loses all his powers. Is that what you're saying?
No, that's a crazy thing. Like, if we play him on another map, maybe he'll just own us for another 4 times. Like, maybe he's a god on Nuke. We just never know.
Maybe. Yeah, I gotta say, overall, with Semperfire in particular, and like FlyQuest and a lot of lands coming up, so you got Sparks Cup tomorrow. Have you guys entered that? Just checking, first of all.
Yeah, we'll play Spark Cup. not really. I'm pretty sure it's just a lot of best of ones. So, but it would be good to play for like practice, like playing matches. Whatever.
Yep. And you got the ANZC locals as well. Like, are you happy with the amount of lands coming back now? You got, 2 lands in a month. You could probably got player break for a bit.
Oh, it's 2 lands?
Or what? Sorry, 2 tournaments.
2 tournaments? I'd say there's not a lot of matches. Like, I think, like, we could do more matches. Even there's like that CCT coming back. Like that'd be good. But I feel like for a while, like, just for the problem with the local LAN is it's like all the teams aren't going to go to that. Like, for example, like our team's not going to that. It's not like a full team thing. I mean, like, local LANs are like good for a scene, but it's not the same as having like a team LAN, especially, or even like online tournaments like consistently. Because I think if everyone could play against each other on repeat, like the level of like the top 3 at least would like go up a lot. But we kind of only get to play each other like every like 2 months. Like it feels like. But yeah.
Also talking about as well, have you guys looked at the option of just going to Asia and trying to compete in some of their tournaments overall? Because you guys went over previously for ESEA Pro League. Have you had any of those Asian TOs reach out to just be like, hey, you guys want to come over here to qualify for this, or?
We haven't got any invites yet, but maybe there'll be some invites like in like 2 days because June's about to start. But we'll definitely go over for like any LAN tournaments for sure. With the like Asian qualifiers, it's a little bit hard for us because we have 2 people from New Zealand, so the Guam ping is like pretty bad.
Yeah.
But we'll still try and play it. Obviously, but it's like we had to think about like our VRS points a little bit. Like if we're playing with 2 people on like 120, 130 ping, like, and those are like meant to be like like 2 of the people playing like Window on Mirage and Chrono Mirage. It's pretty tough.
Yeah, exactly.
To play without them, but no, we haven't thought about like flying over for the like online qualifiers. It's just like, it's like we don't have an org right now, so it's like expensive, and also it's like you could fly over and just like lose in like 1 round to like a random team with like if they're cheating, like you never knew.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
kind of like the problem with online tournaments. But we definitely, like, if we had an org like supporting us to do it, or it like really made sense, like where everyone's pretty dedicated to CS, so we'd like love to go to any Asian LAN events and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think that's about it. Good luck in the rest of the tournament. Hope you guys, you guys looking to win, obviously, to get back in ECL, either by VRS or either by qualify for this. And wish your team good luck in it.
Get back both ways. Thank you.
Nice.
Good night.
See ya.